Alright, GW Freaks, this is Rob Consu for the final match of the Winterfest Championship Series. The rubber match, Game 3 of the Celebrities Rank 4 top seed versus Rank 11 Peace and Harmony. This is, of course, the Celebrities map pick. Seems to be their favorite map. They picked it the first map as well. The fire map, of course, will force both teams to fight 8v8 on the start. And as we see, Peace and Harmony, they are rolling with an incredible 5 Mesmer core right there. So a massive spike is going to be coming off of Peace and Harmony. The Celebrities seem to be rolling with exactly what they have always been rolling with, which is a Warrior Assassin. Saki's heading that up. 3 Mesmers, Wise, Edic, and Phantomare. A Paragon, ran by Devin, and then 3 Monks. 2 of those are going to be the backline, Aeroclair and Redneck, and then Toss, the Elementalist. Sub-job is, of course, the runner. Looking over on Peace and Harmony, same crew, Melly, Susie, Shobu, Disturbed, Claws, all those guys are the Mesmers. The Monks are going to be Big Fist, Tarnia, and Flaming. Of course, Flaming has an Elementalist sub-job and will be running flags. So already here at 40 seconds, we are squaring up at mid-ground, and a massive spike coming off of Peace and Harmony. That was seen easily by the Celebrities. And Aeroclair obviously is going to be able to point that out and add some nice protection and healing on that along with his backline partner, Redneck. We should be seeing a good spike come off of the Celebrities right there. And in fact, spying up Wise here, he did have a Paragon skill. Aeroclair goes down at 1 minute and 9 seconds. Massive spike again from the 5 Mesmer line of Peace and Harmony. That spike is, of course, Spiritual Pain and War Strolls to my Spiritual Pain is a pretty much a single target, or I really shouldn't say single target. It does deal massive damage to a single target, but it also deals damage to adjacent targets. And if it hits any spirits, which is not going to take effect in this match, it instantly recharges. Nevertheless, it is a very powerful skill, and everybody pretty much runs it nevertheless. Aeroclair getting another spike on him, down to the white letters, and then a nice after spike. Shatter Enchantment comes off on him. Redneck not able to do anything about that, and Aeroclair goes down for the second time, racking that DP up to 30. Disturbed Kitten right there, getting a nice spike in on him. Aeroclair, though, getting the blunt end of yet another Spiritual Pain spike coming off of that 5 Mesmer caster line from Peace and Harmony. 2 minutes and 14 seconds is the clock. Still nobody has capped that flag down below. Gonna eye up Tass to see exactly what he is doing. He is just spamming off a Reversal of Fortune, and I'm sure Sig of Devote and all good healing skills like that, including Orson of Healing like we just saw right there. Checking out Flaming. He did land out of a Shield of Absorption, and he also has Light of Deliverance. So the Celebrities get another member down, Phantomare. They did switch up their target as Aeroclair is undoubtedly getting pre-prodded. Phantomare getting hard rezzed up with a Resurrect and receives some nice heals from the back line and is healed up to 100% and beyond. Aeroclair getting yet another spike, but that was a little bit slower. You have to think that he was pre-prodded, which decreased the effectiveness of that spike. Also, Aeroclair is hanging way, way back. So Peace and Harmony may have done a running spike. They weren't all lined up, and their spikes did not come off all at the same time. Did see a Gale go down there again, knocking down one of those Monks and then spamming that Spiritual Pain War Strolls Demise on Phantomare, clocking him off for the 3rd time. Checking over on Tarnia. He does have the Infused Health on Peace and Harmony, so he will be a primary target of the Celebrity spike. He is hanging way back there, forcing Saki, if he wants to get any kind of peace on him, to kite way up, even though Saki does have that Shadow Prison, which is going to Shadow Step over to Tarnia and then slow him down as well. Aeroclair getting yet another spike on him. But the Celebrities seem to be all over the spike of Peace and Harmony now. They are more than likely targeting up those Mesmers, seeing exactly when they start to cast Spiritual Pain. and then they know it's coming. They know they got to prod up Phantom Air. They know they got to prod up Eric Claire. And right there we see Eric Claire getting galed down, and then Phantom Air getting that spike. And, you know, hey, it worked. Phantom Air did go down. But if I must say so myself, if I was going to gale somebody and then knock somebody else down, I would have targeted up Redneck because he has more energy right now than Eric Claire because of the DP. However, the Cell Guild right now is not feeling too healthy. Eric Claire has gone down for a 4th time, and that's going to rack his DP up all the way to 60. So if he goes down, he will need to be rezzed up by one of the members, as he will not base res at one of those 2-minute markers. So Peace and Harmony showing up big here with a massive spike, and so far it is paying off. Still looking at that flag stand, nobody has yet to cap it. Flaming has dropped the flag way in the back there. And it should be pretty safe. Of course, Tass right now is going in to cap that flag. He might go over and try to kick the other flag back. However, that's going to leave him wide open for a massive spike by Peace and Harmony, and he's not going to have any monks over there. So that flag is fairly secure because of the caster spike coming off from Peace and Harmony. And I'm sure we will see Flaming just going to high on him. He has already picked up that flag. He's going to drop it on the stand, and then I'm sure he's going to go back to the base for yet another flag. Does just prep up a Light of Deliverance. I only think that Real Big Fish got that heal, as everybody is pretty much up above 90, or not 90%, but rather 80% health, and that skill will not heal anybody that is over 80% health. Phantom Air has been clocked off. I do believe that that is his 4th KO. So we have 2 members of Cell at my last count that are at 60 DP. And if they can get both Phantom Air and Eric Claire down, really, I mean, if they can get Eric Claire down and force Cell to back off of the flag stand area and retreat back into the base, this is basically good game, because even without a monk, and also this early in the match, it's going to be incredibly hard for them to make any kind of play, because even if they were going to try to gank, we still have these Flame Cursed Sentinels back there that are riding at about 40% health, and -1 monk. It will be incredibly hard for them to polish those off in a reasonable amount of time and then get to the base before Peace and Harmony can adjust to that kind of a tactic. Although right here, Susie on Peace and Harmony has gone down. That is the Celebrity's first kill, and that is a big kill right now for the Celebrities, because what that does is it's going to give it's going to erase off a little bit of that 60 DP that Phantom Air and Eric Claire have. So they are not at 60 DP right now. However, if they are killed, it will rack them back up to 260, and they will still have to be hard rezzed by their members, or they're not going to get up at all. All right, so right here, we are at 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Peace and Harmony currently has the flag stand, and they just knocked off Wise on the Celebrities. More than likely just looking at racking up even more DP right now, and also attacking targets that are not pre-prodded. As you see, Eric Claire, he already has an enchantment on him. And that enchantment is more than likely going to be Protective Spirit. Right now that enchantment has waned, and I would be more than willing or I should say it's very, very likely that we will see right there is the Prot Spirit being casted on him before he is even in danger. Phantom Air, though, getting the spike. That's going to put him back down to 60. And he will have to be picked up by his members, or he will not get picked up at all. Right now, Redneck has a Hex on him. More than likely a diversion. He gets that Hex taken off and then casts Hex Breaker over that to ensure that he does not get diverted again. That Hex has already been, or that Hex Breaker has already been taken off. And Eric Claire getting the blunt of another Spiritual Pain Warstroll's Demise Spike, I'm sure is not feeling too healthy. And I'm sort of going to spy up the Mesmers of Peace and Harmony, as I doubt that they will even need to cast Spiritual Pain on either Phantom Air or Eric Claire. Right there, we see Phantom Air hit the deck in a second. in less than a second, because both of these guys are casters. So not only are they going to get like the 27 hit points from Spiritual Pain, but as long as Air Claire and Phantom Air are not casting a skill at that time, they're going to get, 8 times 7 more damage on them. And with 5 Mesmers, that should in fact be enough to wipe them off. And also, I will mention that Warstrel's Demise is a quarter-second skill. Right there, we do see Warstrel's Demise getting thrown off by Shobu and by the sound effects many other people. And we don't see hardly any damage being dealt on anybody. And that's probably because they were eyeing up Phantom Air or Air Claire. And sort of a bad spike there. They were either casting where they were probably casting a skill, and all they got through was the 27 damage piece. Granted that he had Protective Spirit on it, that's virtually no damage at all. So, at 10 minutes right now, Peace and Harmony is looking incredibly good. They have only had 1 kill, that was Susie. They have had a couple KOs dealt down on Celebrity since then. So I'm sure Susie still does have a little bit of DP, but is feeling pretty good. And, Peace and Harmony dishing out a Gale there on one of the monks, trying to eye up Wise right there. Air Claire looked to throw off an Infuse on Wise, and then gets a Zealous Benediction casted on him, and healed back up. And now, one thing that I will point out about the Zealot's Benediction, it seems like they are using that to first cast Infuse Health, and then they're casting Zealot's Benediction to heal themselves back up. If they were at 100% health and then used Zealot's Benediction like we just saw right there, Air Claire did, if you notice, there was no little pinkish purple number above him because he did not get the bonus from Zealot's Benediction. And just to make sure that we're all absolutely clear on what the bonus to Zealot's Benediction is you get healed for, I'd say, about 180 health. It all depends on what spec in healing you're in, or sorry, what spec in protection you're in. But you're healed for about 180. As long as you're below 50% health, you get that 10 energy back. However, that's only triggered after the healing from Divine Favor goes in. A little bit ago, we did see Air Claire cast Infuse Health and then that Zealot's Benediction, and she did get that plus 10 energy, but that was only because he was below 100% health when he casted Infuse. So that means he had like 40% health or something like that. And then he casted Zealous Benediction. He healed himself up to like 48% health. And then he got the Zealous Benediction. He was below 50% health. He got the energy bonus. I'm being incredibly long-winded here. But basically, if you're 100% health, cast Infuse, you're only at 50%. You heal yourself with Zealous Benediction. The Divine Favor puts you up to like 53%, and then the Zealous Benediction triggers, you're above 50%, and you don't get that bonus. It's been about a minute describing that, but I did just want to be absolutely clear on that. And in that time, we have seen a couple more members of Cell fall down, even though Cell is being incredibly aggressive here and pushing into PnH. I have yet to see a PnH member fall, but I do believe I said that too soon, as Flaming has gone down by that flag stand. It is still being held by Cell. That flag is kicked back, and we are at 1 minute and 12 seconds away from a morale boost by Cell. Going to go ahead and check out the base of Peace and Harmony. There is nobody back there to get that flag. Susie is already back. He's going to pick up that flag at about 55 seconds. It should take him about 35 seconds to push this up to the flag. There should be enough time, provided Peace and Harmony is in a good position to support him pushing that flag up there. And they should be all right, unless if Cell makes a good play on Peace and Harmony, and it does not seem that that's going to be the case because Air Claire has yet been wiped off again. And I don't see anybody casting Resurrect. In fact, I take that back. Edic has casted Resurrect. I'm going to go ahead here and spy up Susie. He is at that, in fact, he has tossed it off to Flaming. Flaming gets a Protective Spirit pre-prodded on him. Saki does Shadow Step down to Flaming, gets a couple snares off on him. 12 seconds to a morale boost. He does get in there and gets the flag cap with 10 seconds to spare. Very, very good job Peace and Harmony running that flag back up there after Cell was able to make a big play on their flag runner and kick that flag back to base. That right there is what wins and loses games, folks. So we are at 15 minutes and 24 seconds. Cell has high DP. Their total morale is hovering, I'd say, at about 60%. And then Peace and Harmony is hovering just above 75. We will call it 80. And time right now is 14 minutes and 40 seconds. 20 seconds away from a resurrect. Or not 20 seconds away from a resurrect. 5 minutes and 20 seconds away from the victory or death. A minute 20 away from a resurrect. Edic, though, on the celebrities has been taken off. He's, I believe that's the second KO that I've seen on Edic, and they're wrapping up the DP on him. Phantomaire had a nice spike down on him. Nicely protected by Eric Clare and Reddick. I don't think I saw a single infuse go off. So very, very nice job with the Protective Spirit and the Reversal of Fortune spamming right there. Going to go ahead and eye-up Tarnia right here with the Infuse Health. Keeping her team up, and Peace and Harmony has made some good spikes right now on Wise and Edic, pushing Cell off the base right now. Again, racking up that DP. They were able to clock Phantomaire off there in a millisecond. And again, that is more than likely just a big old Warstrel's Demise bat in the face. Possibly a Shatter Enchantment if he was pre-prodded. And Cell right now being pushed back into the base. Spying out that back door here. Those Flame Cursed Sentinels have been killed off. However, that is a very, very large lava pit. And I must say I'm a little bit disappointed right now by Peace and Harmony. They are pushing in bottom. Very, very rare is this ever a good thing, pushing in bottom on Fire Isle. However, the celebrities have high DP on Eric Clare and Phantomaire. They are incredibly wounded right now. But as I was saying about those lava pits, with that high DP, that whole team is not going to be able to charge across that lava pit. However, Saki is back there and looking at making a play on the guild hall of PnH. However, Flaming is back there. He sees exactly what's up. And Flaming, being the Monk Elementals, he is going to have Blinding Surge and should have absolutely no problem of dealing with Saki, who is a warrior assassin and has very little condition management on his own bar, if any. So he's going to decide to engage on the Peace and Harmony members pushing into his base and not try to gank out the guild hall of Peace and Harmony. And right now, the celebrities are trying to punish Peace and Harmony for pushing in low. Again, if they can push them back to that lava pit, they can do quite a lot of damage in a very short time, as Peace and Harmony will be lit on fire, have 7 pips of degen, and slowed down, and they will be prime targets for a big fat Warstrel's Demise and Spiritual Pain spike. Not to mention, it is quite a choke point right there. And Spiritual Pain, if executed properly, can do a lot of damage and possibly wipe off a couple people in one strike. But as we see here, Peace and Harmony is pushing into the celebrities. Eric Clare is still down and has been, and the reason for that is he is way back off of the base. And as you see right here at 18 minutes, he did not resurrect back at the base, so Cell is going to be down Eric Clare for virtually the whole entire match right now. And as I said before, this is basically a good game. Cell only has Redneck to lend out heals. Task does too, but he's going to be more of a global healer. And global healers, unless if he's got an infused health on him, he does have Protective Spirit and Reversal of Fortune. But I doubt he has an infused health, and he won't be able to deal with these spikes coming off of Peace and Harmony. They're just going to have to pre-prot the people that are left, and hope Peace and Harmony doesn't use a Shatter Enchantment. Or hopefully that Shatter Enchantment goes off on Reversal of Fortune and minimizes the damage. Cell, though, is doing a fairly nice job right now at holding off Peace and Harmony, but that is mostly because Peace and Harmony is focusing in on wiping off the NPCs. As we see, we do have one knight here that currently has not been targeted, but I do not see the other knight around. I'm sure he has been cleaned off. And going to zoom out the camera here, and I can tell you right now that I'm sure no archers are up top. I do see a body there and a body there, so those archers have been cleaned off. We do have 3 archers inside the base and the bodyguard, and with 19 minutes and 45 seconds, Peace and Harmony is going to go ahead and fall out low. Again, Cell did not punish him for that. I'm not sure if this is the proper game plan for Susie, because they're opening up Aeroclair to get hard res. But even at that, nice one spiritual pain on Aeroclair, and then they put off a Warstroll's Demise and almost get Aeroclair down with only 1 Warstroll's Demise. He is able to get a heal off on him and gets back to base. We are at victory or death right here. Those NPCs are going to be falling off top and going to that flag stand area. So Cell is going to be at a heavy disadvantage right now at the flag stand, and they're doing the wise thing right now by going across that lava pit. However, as I have said before, they all have high DP, and you can just see the degen go off on these people. And in fact, I'm going to eye up Aeroclair especially, as he's going to be at about 50% health, if not a little bit below, as soon as he gets across that lava pit. I have been in that situation myself before, and it's pretty much 50% right on the money. He does prep up a Zealous Benediction as soon as he gets across there, and they are able to get all the way across. However, Phantom Mare didn't seem to get that memo that they were going to be ganking, went out to the flag stand area and was clocked off. The bodyguard for Cell right now is a little bit injured, but that's basically only the work of the NPCs. Everybody right now is in the base of Peace and Harmony, and I guess I should zoom my camera over there to see exactly what's going to happen. First off, we have Saki getting spiked down right there, and basically we should see Cell just collapse over. Peace and Harmony has too much morale, and these celebrities have too much DP. Unless if they can eye up the Guild Lord right now, get some kind of miracle spike on him, the members of Cell should have a very short visit in the base of Peace and Harmony. Peace and Harmony is probably going to go backside into the base of Peace and Harmony, depending on what time it is, or backside into the base of Cell, depending on what time it is, and finish off that bodyguard. We do see Tass right here. He is on the other side and dishing out those light of deliverances. I'm a little bit surprised that he is within range to get some of those members. I've never been in that situation here before to see if the radar range is in fact that long, but it does seem to be working a little bit. But right now he does prep up Storm Dinge Haste and appeared to think about going elsewhere. But that's a little surprising. I'm going to check that out myself to see if that's even within range. And right as that light of deliverance did go off, Edic got a little bit of a heal. And he was deep in the base of Peace and Harmony. So I guess that is within range. And a good tip for me is, if not everybody else, that you can sit back there and deal out some global heals and get those on your guys from your opponent's base, or from your own base into your opponent's base, or vice versa, depending on the situation. So right here, Cell is pretty much wiped off. All the monks are dead except for Tass the runner. Devon right now in the lava pit. He did get a light of deliverance heal from Tass, but is spiked down since then. 23 minutes and 28 seconds. We are 1 minute and 30 seconds away from Guild Lord or death. In fact, Saki right there dishes out the resign, and it looks like Cell is calling this good game, and we won't even get to see Guild Lord or death. And they're going to go ahead and hand this championship to Peace and Harmony. Very, very excellent job here with Peace and Harmony. Very well executed spike. They punished Cell. where it hurt remained on the same 2 targets. Eric Clare and Edic racked up that DP. As soon as those guys hit 60, they looked elsewhere to rack up even more DP, and pretty much played the long battle, and really gave Cell no other option but to try and gank them. Cell took that option, and they were easily wiped out of the base before they could do anything with that Guild Lord. Finally that last resign goes in. Very nice job to Peace and Harmony. Thanks for tuning in. This is Rob Konsu of Radio ITG.